welcome to the very first episode of Redesign Your Life, where we find ways to think outside the box and live life to its full potential. I am your host, Lion Flood, and I sincerely appreciate you all being here. So, what's the purpose of this? The purpose of this is truthfully to find ways to let everyone know that we are not beholden to what society's thoughts are of how we should live our life, right? We've always been taught that we can't do X, Y, or Z, and I'm here to tell you that you can. But it starts with you first deciding that you need to redesign your life, right? Whoever said that you can't wear white after Labor Day and why? so, but today we're going to be talking about our journey, right? Myself, my wife, my son, our journey of when we started to redesign our life and the process that took. And hopefully you will find some value in that and kind of see how that fear stopped us for a moment, but we decided to embrace it and continue to go on. What am I speaking of? Well, we recently moved from Las Vegas, Nevada, to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And that was a scary decision. It was a decision that we tussled with, we wrestled with for a very long time. And we finally decided to say, let's just do it and stop the dilly dallying, as they will say. And we went through a process. It was like the 7 steps of grieving or whatever else that they were talking about. But we went through a long process, and we started with first the decision of wanting to move. We knew we wanted to move. We just didn't know where. We started to narrow it down, and I think got to about 4 or 5 places that we wanted to go. And then it was just continuous. Let's do these places. These are the reasons why. Education, schooling, medical, health, all of those things played a part into it. But one of the biggest things was the hesitancy. That was the biggest process. So we finally just said, let's do this. We're going to take a Post-it note and we're going to put down just two of the top places that we wanted to go without telling each other. So then that would narrow it down. And if one of the places we want to move was on both of our lists, then that would be kind of like the ideal place. And then it was funny because when we did that, then we put 2 places on there, and both places that we both wrote were places, without knowing what each other wrote, were places that we wanted to go. So that helped a whole lot. And we knew we wanted to get out of there, but that we were hesitant for so long. Reasons for why we were moving, it's not relevant directly because you won't have a reason why you want to start a process in your life. And that reason may not be as strong as the need to, right? And what I mean by that is you can say, you know what, I have a reason to go to the grocery store. I need to get bread, right? You have a reason to go, but are you hungry enough to go, right? You may not be hungry enough for another 3 or 4 days to say, I have to go to the grocery store. So, but that was fun. That was one of the biggest things. And then finally making the move. Oh my goodness. If anyone's who moved, especially cross state, you will understand exactly what I mean when you say that whole process was a kicker. But it was a big win for us as we said, let's just do it. And it was almost like a country song. We packed up the house, the dog, and a few other things, and we just decided to move. But it was a great experience because we decided to drive because we wanted to have that Griswold family adventure. And our son, who was 9, I'm going to get to be able to see that and create memories over money, as we always say to him. We want to ensure that he's learning that when he's older, he's going to have these positive memories of us doing things. So that was one of the biggest things. We knew that it was a change, right? It was a culture change. It was West Coast to East Coast. It was weather change, dry heat to humidity. All of those things had us to learn. But one of the biggest reasons was for health and from education. The education system in Las Vegas was not to be desirable for us. I think they're ranked last in the entire nation for a big city like that with all that money, but that's a whole nother episode. But we decided to redesign our life, and we said we wanted to move, and we knew we were going to have to downgrade in some ways, right? We were leaving a 2,500 square foot home that was close to $500,000. We had everything set. We had recently bought a jacuzzi, and we loved it. And we said we're giving all of that up to work at a better living within our life, because all of those things that we had didn't directly bring us happiness. Yes, we were able to go sit in jacuzzi, and I love my jacuzzi. I told my wife, "Can we take it? Can I take the jacuzzi?" Uh, but we knew that that life was not beneficial and the best thing for our son, because there was so much heartache around living in Las Vegas that it wasn't directly for us a big family inviting thing. Now, it may be for others, but for us, it was not. And plus, moving to the East and the South here, we have the opportunity of being closer to family. He gets to see his family more, he gets to experience life more. And that was more important for us at that point. So that's why I say the reason did not weigh the why. The why for us was the growth of him, and to see our family grow together and spend more time together, and at a slower pace in some ways, right? You know, the West Coast and that Vegas pace is so fast paced, and it's like, you just got to go, 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 go. Coming into the South, we knew that we wanted um, to slow life down, to live life while we were still alive, right? As I always say, live life to the fullest. And we knew that that was where we wanted to go. So if you're in that process of any point in your life, I would say first thing you need to do is directly find the why. Why are you wanting to get healthy, right? You can't just start a diet because I want to lose weight. That's fine. Yeah, we want to lose weight, but why do you want to lose it? For yourself. I want to start a new project to build a deck in my backyard. Okay, great, but why? So the grandkids can have a place to run around. That's going to fuel you more to getting to that point of redesigning your life than just, I want to do it. I've always wanted to do it. Great. But then when it gets tough and that weather gets hot or it gets cold and maybe you run out of material, are you going to then put it off for another 6 months or a year? So that's really one of the great things about the process of us first starting our um, decision process making of saying we are ready to move. It was at a point in our lives where we felt like it was the right time, right? We were in Vegas for practically our whole lives. My wife is born and raised there, and I was there for almost 15 years. And you get so used to it, but then it's that fear of change. What if? What if it doesn't work? What if it's the wrong move? You know, but then we still sit there and contemplate, and sometimes we complain about things that happen in life, but we have to decide to do something with it. So I'm telling you today, I'm giving you permission. You have every right to decide to change your life. And we are working to build a community and a society around that. And so if you feel like this benefits anyone that it feels stuck in their lives in anything, this podcast, this rebranding of it is designed for that, to tell them if you're in corporate America and you're burned out, we want you to grow and get out of that. Don't be afraid, because life isn't promised, right? We don't know how much time we have. So share this with anyone. Have them reach out. We have a community on Facebook, and we're growing it in some other places right now as well. So have them reach out, and look on Facebook right now for Redesign Your Life, and that's LYFE. Just do a little spin on that, and come join the community. We're building it. Positive people, like-minded people who are saying and telling the world what their wins are. For example, we have something called Wednesday wins, right? WINSDAY. What was your win for the week? Tell us. What was your win for the month? What's your goal? We want you to speak it out loud and continue to grow. And while you're in the process of redesigning your life, I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Pier One. We want you to start redesigning your home with Pier One. Use the code BOGO50, BOGO. Buy one, get one, 50% off. Check out our website at lionflood.com/Pier One, LIONFLUDD.com/Pier One. Check them out. and let them know that we sent you as well, right? But I want to thank you all for taking a moment to listen into this episode. If you find value in this, share it with someone who could use a little uplift, right? If they're feeling stuck, we want you to know that you're not alone. Come join our group, Redesign Your Life on Facebook, and we're going to be working towards pushing it out to other places as well. Make sure you check it out. And we're going to be building some coaching programs and down the line as well. We're going to have guests come on, life coaches, mindset coaches, to talk about different techniques and ways that you can visualize getting from where you're at and feeling stuck to scaling to where you want to be and just growing. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking the time and listening to the very first episode. We sincerely appreciate that. And we hope that you continue to live while you're alive and then start the process. Don't be afraid. Start the process of redefining your life. And if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, reach out to us here at Redesign Your Life. You can reach out to us directly at flood at Gmail. No, excuse me. See, we're redesigning everything. Now, full transparency, everyone who was in our podcast prior to just one question, they know I'm a transparent person. I speak my truth. I speak my honesty. I mess up. That will not be edited. Promise you. It's lion at lionflood.com. LION at LIONFLUDD.com. So that's the email. Tell us your story. Tell us what's happening. And if you're open to it, we would love to share it, with our listeners. We can do it anonymously. We don't have to tell who you are, but we would love to share your stories as well. So reach out to us. And you can also see some of this visually. That's going to be on our YouTube podcast station as well. And that will all be in the show notes that you'll be able to find it. But on YouTube, it's at Black Negus, BLKNEGUS, man. And I look forward to more with you all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. And we'll see you soon. Continue to redesign your life.